Hey guys, what's going on? Gearend here, bringing you a new video where I'm going to be discussing all that I've caught up on with Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest manga. I'll be honest, if you've been following this channel, I was really, let's just say I was about 30 or 40 chapters behind, because when I literally stopped doing live streams, reviewing the chapters, that is when I just stopped reading the manga at its fullest, because I just felt drained out and I just didn't want to read it anymore. But now I've read it all in my own time. I'm going to be releasing videos going over chapters 140 to 145 just for you guys, because I know some of you guys might want to watch it and some of you guys might want to see what's happened and you might not have read the manga yet. So for you guys, I'll be creating those videos. But for now, we're just going to briefly go over what's happened so far in Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest, and we're just going to really go up to the current times of what's happening right now, who are they fighting and what the mission is currently. So let's go back to where we left off on, where the crew, well, Suzaku and Natsu versus Dogra Mag, the apparent 6th god dragon, who was the earth god dragon that was defeated by Elsferia back in the days where Magia Guild was around. So Dogra Mag is now the 6th god dragon that has been revealed to us, and it was a really surprising thing where now there was 6 god dragons instead of 5. But taking that from aside, Suzaku and Natsu are facing Dogra Mag, and it looks like they're getting really overpowered by his godlike powers, because the power of Dogra Mag is actually really strong, and he can literally easily defeat Natsu or even Suzaku with one hit. So it looks like the only way for them to defeat Dogra Mag is to have to team up with Selene, who apparently Selene knows that all of Dogra Mag's power comes from these little crystal orbs, and there's 72 hidden within the labyrinth, and using Selene's spatial magic they're able to, well, break down all of the stones that are there, and once they break all of the 72 stones, Dogra Mag's power will become weakened, which is great news for Natsu, but also a little bit bad for us viewers, because we want to see Natsu defeat a full dragon, well, a god dragon at its full strength, rather than just him being weakened to a weakened state where he can defeat him. But put that aside for now, Selene teams up with the crew, so the crew then destroy all 72 stones, but apparently God Serena, who was in Fairy Tail Final Series, who we all thought was dead, was apparently alive. And of course I'll get into that later on, but apparently right now God Serena has returned, and he's actually now working for a guild called Owl Gold, which is the Alchemist guild. So Alchemy has been introduced into Fairy Tail, which is quite interesting. So now, after Gadgiel, who was trying to locate one of the stones to destroy it, he met up with God Serena, who had the stone, and he got literally destroyed by him because his power was too great for him to even comprehend. Because remember, he was number 1 in Ishgar, and he joined over 2 Zerif's army, and he became one of the 4 emperors. So he was really powerful, but he got one shot by Acnologia, so we really don't know his full power. So it looks like we're slowly starting to see what his full power was like if he was alive. So now, with the fact that Gadgiel has been really beaten down, that's one dragon stone which is going to be difficult for them to get. But then going on to another part where apparently Grey is trying to destroy another one of the Dogra Mag stones. Apparently he's also met a person from the Owl Gold Alchemist Guild, and apparently this person can trade someone's body with depending on what sort of scenario it is. So in this case, where if it's a person Grey loves, so in this case Juvia and Grey swapped bodies, even though they were in completely different spaces, and literally Grey turned into Juvia and Juvia turned into Grey. So everything changed, and they both also swapped magic for that short power time. So Alchemy is really look like it's really doing some sort of big impact in Fairy Tail. So now I'm fast forwarding onto there. Grey easily defeats the Alchemy guy, and the crew somehow, even though God Serena was involved, the crew somehow destroyed all 72 Dogra Mag stones, and Dogra Mag was weakened by it. And because of that weakening, Suzaku and Natsu were able to deliver the final blow and defeat Dogra Mag. Even though he was the 6th god dragon, he's technically been sealed, and even though he really shouldn't have been a part of the quest, technically the crew have now sealed 3 out of 3 god dragons. For now, of course, not including Selene. So now, going a little bit forward from that, the crew are now resting up in the Diablos Guild, which is quite surprising. And now the crew are just thinking about what to do next. Selene has put down her foot, saying that right now I'm going to be dying because of the wounds that she sustained whilst fighting Ignia, and saying that she wants to live as a human. So technically she's now been sealed up, and that means that now, if you go with the Fatal 100 request part, 3 out of the 5 god dragons have now officially been sealed because Selene can't really fight in her dragon form anymore. But a little bit of a surprising twist with Selene is she can sense Irene with Wendy. So them two have their own little talk, and after their talk, Irene takes Selene's damage that she took versus Ignia, she transfers that into her soul, and then Selene is able to use spatial magic to destroy the soul. So this means this is the last time we ever see Irene with Wendy, and that is all like it was a sad farewell because Wendy noticed it, and even Wendy and Erza were talking a bit about Irene and about her final moments, so it was quite interesting and really sad to see that Irene's gone now. So now moving forward from that, the crew need to do some research on where to find Vernius, the 5th and technically final god dragon that we do not know anything about. So the crew go back to Ishgar and they try to dig up some knowledge about the Owl Gold Guild that does alchemy, and about Vernius, if there's any books about him. So apparently Fairy Tail has 0 books when they come back, and Sabretooth now is involved because Sabretooth's got the greatest library ever apparently. So now Sabretooth have been involved in this fight. They do research and they find out that the Alchemy Gold Guild is technically Vernius, because after the crew do some research and find out a little bit more about Vernius, they go back to Elsphyria, who apparently tells them that the Owl Gold Guild is Vernius as well. So technically that he's doesn't have a physical body, but his will has been put onto that guild and they're just carrying out his command, if that makes sense. So Vernius is technically the Owl Gold Guild. And going from that, there's also a secret weapon. So probably you guys might not remember, but many chapters ago Elsphyria was mentioning that his heart contained knowledge about a secret weapon that could destroy all 5 god dragons, and it was named Athena. So this weapon called Athena is with the Owl Gold Guild, and it has the power to destroy all 5 god dragons, which is quite interesting. So now the crew are investigating the Owl Gold Guild without knowing that the secret weapon that can kill the god dragons is with the Owl Gold Guild. And as soon as they do find out, Wendy and Rogue's power has been taken, because apparently the master of the Owl Gold Guild, which looks very similar to the second Fatal Master, he wants the power of the Dragon Slayers to power up his device to make his own more better version of Athena, which doesn't make sense, but yeah, that's what he wants to do. And Athena, apparently after talking with Lucy and getting to know her own feelings, because apparently she was told that she's a machine, but she really is a person who has feelings, she then turns her back against the master of the Owl Gold Guild, and then she slightly gets damaged by it, and then of course the crew is saved by Elsphyria, who then goes over further about Vernius and about his real being of the guild. So then the crew currently have this mission. Firstly, they need to defeat the Owl Gold Guild, because they don't want them to cause any more destruction with their alchemy or do any more damage. And of course they have to save Wendy's and Rogue's power. And secondly, some of the Sabretooth members have gone off to that country to confirm who can build a Philosopher's Stone, because what they want to do is they want to try and resurrect Vernius to a physical form and then defeat him that way, rather than him just being this non-living being. So that's the current mission right now. Right now this crew is currently split up in their own battles. Lucy and Greya versus 2 minions of the guild. Erza is 1v2 versus 2 of the biggest people in the guild. Jalal is versus God Serena, and Notsu is versus the main master of the guild, and Athena is versus this dark version of Athena which the master has created. So the battles are getting intense. It looks like it's going very interesting, and like I said, I'll probably do some more videos going over it in the near future, so make sure to check out for those. And I hope you enjoyed this brief overview of what has gone on so far in Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like, leave a comment, and let me know what you guys want to see in the future, what sort of videos you want to see, and I'll try and do my best to create them. Take care guys, and peace.